The Holy Week hymn featured in this video is Go to Dark Gethsemane. The lyrics were written by James Montgomery in 1825. The hymn tune was written by Richard Redhead in 1852, and the hymn tune is named Redhead. Surprise! I suppose naming the hymn tune after himself was a way for Mr. Redhead's name to stay known after he died. Or maybe he couldn't think of a better name for the hymn tune. The meter of the hymn is 777777. Gethsemane is the name of a garden at the foot of the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem. It is the place where Jesus went to pray after the Last Supper and before his arrest. The lyrics take us from the Garden of Gethsemane to Jesus' trial, to the crucifixion, and finally to the empty tomb. The lyricist is like a narrator who tells us what scene we are going to see next. In the last line of each verse, the narrator tells us the lesson we should learn from Jesus' experience. In the first verse, the setting is the Garden of Gethsemane. The lyricist tells us that if we feel the tempter's power, we should go to Gethsemane and watch how Jesus wrestles in prayer. We are to learn from Jesus how to watch and pray. In the second verse, we are taken to Jesus' trial and his sentence to death on the cross. Our lesson is not to shun suffering, shame, and loss, but to follow Jesus' example as to how he bore the cross. In the third verse, the setting is Calvary. There we see the women bowing down at the foot of the cross and adoring Jesus. We see Jesus' death and that his sacrifice on the cross is complete. Our lesson from this verse is to learn from Jesus how to die. In the fourth and final verse, the setting is an empty tomb. The ladies at the tomb are dismayed that Jesus' body is missing. But Jesus has risen from the dead, and we are to ask Jesus to teach us to rise like him. Stay tuned, the sung version of the hymn is next. Go to dark Gethsemane, ye that feel the tempter's power, your Redeemer's conflict see, watch with him on bitter hour. Turn not from his griefs away, learn of Jesus Christ to pray. Follow to the judgment hall, view the Lord of life arrayed. Oh, the wormwood and the gall, oh, the pangs his soul sustained. Shun not suffering, shame, or loss. Learn of him to bear the cross. Calvary's mournful mountain climb, there adoring at his feet, mark that miracle of time, God's own sacrifice complete. It is finished, hear the cry, learn of Jesus Christ to die. Early hasten to the tomb, where they laid his breathless clay. All is solitude and gloom. Who hath taken him away? Christ is risen, he meets our eyes. Savior, teach us so to rise. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.